Somebody please get this man a gun. Put a little perp on the...
I'll try and do the same.
What is up, InterWebs? Big Lou here. Matt, the Cut Man, with me as always. We have just come from a most exciting time at the movies. We would go see John Wick Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
Just dropped in the movie theater. We're going to talk about it as if you have already seen it. So,
Because we assume you have.
be prepared. And if you haven't, you should go see it. So,
That's our recommendation.
yes, absolutely. Cut Man, John Wick Chapter 2. Does it stand up to the first one? Your thoughts?
Okay, so I saw the first one. I've seen the first one time.
Yes.
And I was a fan of it. I don't really know what my problem was because I really enjoyed this one. Really stands out to me as I really enjoyed this one so much more than having what I remembered of seeing the first one.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this one a lot, and I don't remember having enjoyed the first one as much.
Okay.
So maybe I need to go back and rewatch it. And maybe I was in a bad mood that day.
I highly recommend that. I just rewatched the first one last night, and point of order, it is available on iTunes for like $6 right now to purchase. So if you're a fan of buying stuff on iTunes, on Apple iTunes, and you want the first John Wick, go ahead and check that out over there. They don't give us anything for saying that, although they fucking should.
Right.
But go check that out. Some really, really cool behind-the-scenes special features on that. I agree. I think that what this movie, Chapter 2, really, really picks up on where the first one immediately leaves off.
Yeah.
It jumps right in and picks up, like, one of my biggest things after watching the first one was, okay, well, what happened to his car? He didn't get his car back. This one, he gets his car.
Right.
He's like, okay, I gotta go get my fucking car now.
Yeah.
And it picks right back up, right where the first one. A little bit of time has passed because he has to heal after.
A little bit. I do remember that.
Yeah, and the dog has grown up a little bit more than he got at the end of the first one. And, but the thing that I love most about this movie and the first one is this world, the world that John Wick lives in, with the Continental and the coins and the assassins and just
How it all fits together and works.
It does. It just is so. I could spend as much time in this world as these guys want to let us spend that as much time as they're willing to give us. I'll spend all day there.
Can I tell you what I heard it described of, and it clicked for me? I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly what it reminds me
Sure,
of.
go ahead.
Harry Potter.
It is.
It's the Harry Potter world of assassins.
It's exactly what it is. That's a very good analogy because it is. It's a total subset of the world at large, especially and that scene where they're walking through, where he and Common are having that kind of cat and mouse back and forth on the subway, and then they're having their little and nobody's aware of that. They're like shooting at each other.
Yeah, people are dropping left and right.
Yeah, well, I mean that too, but like when they're walking across the gangplanks and stuff, and it's just the whole world that they have created and the lore that they have created with the mythology of the Continental and Ian McShane.
Yeah.
Ian McShane as the manager of the Continental, just the power that he has, that he holds in this world.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot of power, and I'm really, really, really excited when I saw him on screen in the first one. I love that he has a little bit more to do in this second movie.
Yeah.
So what else stands out to you about that you liked about this movie?
I liked that the prestige of the Continental is worldwide.
Yeah,
prestige worldwide.
it really is. Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize. That's a Step Brothers reference.
Nice.
But yeah, no. When they travel abroad to
Rome.
to Italy, and they've got that hotel over there as well, and same rules apply.
Yep.
Everything. It's just perhaps a seat at the bar.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is very cool. And that was one of the things that I had heard some people talk about when the first one came out. It was like, okay, well, the Continentals here in New York, are there other Continentals around the world? And sure enough, there are, because that's too cool of a concept for there not to be.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I loved that. One of the things that they were talking about, the special features on the first movie, was that they wanted to approach the casting as a, hey, I know that guy. And this one was no different. I need to go back and do a little bit more research to find out exactly who some of the sub-characters were. Like the manager of the Continental in Rome. I know him from somewhere, but I don't know where. I know I recognize him, but I don't know where. And there were a couple of others that kind of was like, I know that guy from somewhere, but I just...
Tommy Sadowski.
Exactly. Tommy Sadowski's another one.
Of course it's going to stand out for us.
Well, yeah, because we're huge Sorkin fans.
Right.
But, yeah, and you had mentioned that you don't remember him from the first one, but they...
Just a bit part.
Yeah.
So, it's going to stand out.
In the first one, they had such a great banter, and same thing in this one. For those of you who don't know who the hell we're talking about, he played the police officer that comes to his house, and he's like, "You working again, Johnny?" "Yeah, Jimmy." "All right, Johnny." So that's who we're talking about. But the action in this is very, very consistent with the action in the first one. The continuity between the first two movies really holds true, and that I think stands out a lot. Goes to the production design of both films, and it really is a hard thing to do in a sequel. These movies can be shown back to back, and it's like watching one film.
But you know what I enjoyed about it that made it stand out more than just like a regular action film, because that's what made me enjoy it more than just like, oh, it's just a shoot 'em up film. Was okay, so like the imagery of the gods and demons part of the movie.
Yeah.
When the big bad guy, when D'Antonio is ordering the hit.
Yeah.
Did that stand out to you when he is in the statue room?
Yeah.
And there's all of the Roman gods behind him. He is, in effect, he is a god ordering a hit on a mortal.
Yeah.
On John Wick, or he is casting out. He is casting down John Wick into the mortal realm.
I didn't quite put those words to it, but I definitely got that vibe, that sense of here he is, this incredible person of power, stomping out the scum, if you will, and just being the schmuck that he was. Listen to this name. The actor that played him, I'd never seen him before in anything. It turns out because he's an Italian actor who's never done anything that I could see in the U.S. Riccardo Scarmaccio played Santonio D'Antino. Can you get more Italian than that?
That's pretty Italian.
I mean, good Lord. And the other one that really stood out to me was Ruby Rose, playing the androgynous assassin that didn't say anything.
You want to know what her name was?
Ares.
Ares!
Yes. I didn't know that until
one of the...
Yeah.
Another one of the godlike figures.
I had to look. Saw that when I was scrolling through IMDb there, looking up some of the names of some of the cast. But yeah, another one of the cast that stood out to me is Common. Common's one of those actors that every time he shows up in a movie, he really surprises me. I'm like, oh yeah, Common can act. And
yeah, he can.
Yeah,
very talented.
Very talented. He's an Academy Award winner.
What did he win? What did he win for?
He won for Best Original Song for New Jack City.
Huh.
Way back in the day. A little bit of trivia for you guys.
Okay.
So
I mean I did not realize it, but right on. That's a talented motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's been pitching for a long time that he wants to play Jon Stewart when the Warner Brothers starts casting for the Green Lantern, and I'm all on board for that. So, anyway, is there anything about this that stood out that you did not like?
Yes, there is, Lou. Yes, there is.
I figured there was, my friend. Do tell.
John Wick Mr. Neo, okay, Mr. Badass, Mr. Johnny Utah does not drive an automatic motherfucking Mustang.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. And I know this harkens back to the sequel, and you have to have continuity and everything, but the Mustang he was driving was an automatic.
That is unfortunate.
Pick up your game. All I'm saying.
Well, I think we should blame Ford for that.
I don't know who to blame, but it took me right out of the movie.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah. Well, hopefully when what's his face, John Leguizamo is fixing it, he can maybe throw in a 5 on the floor and do it right.
Okay, talk about taking you out of the movie. I'm sorry, and I just got to say this, and this may be racist, but really, the Hispanic is the car thief guy, is the guy that runs the chop shop. Really, I mean, great casting. I love John Leguizamo, but really, anyway.
If there's a role that calls for a John Leguizamo type, you better motherfucking cast John Leguizamo. He's going to be pissed.
I love John Leguizamo.
You don't want John Leguizamo knocking on your door.
No, you don't. I really, really am upset that he's not in more stuff, because
I'll say
he is one of my favorite underused actors. One of my biggest weaknesses in this was, compared to the first one, I think the story was very weak. I think that in the first one, it was so personal. It was him just unleashing his rage and anger at frickin' Theon Greyjoy. I don't remember the name of the character, but it was played by Theon Greyjoy. And it was just visceral. This one, the story was weak. It was still really, really fun to watch, and I had a lot of fun with it. I think that the story of this movie was one of the weaker elements, and it was kind of slow in a couple of spots.
I think it was slow, but I disagree that the story was weak. I think maybe his motivation might have been weak.
Maybe that's what I'm getting at as far as what I think was weak compared to the first one.
That gods and demon imagery just kept pulling me in. I just kept analyzing that over and over. Like even okay, so the favorite daughter that was assassinated in Italy.
Yeah.
Was she not the Christ-like figure?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, and then the undesired child was Satan.
Dude, you read way more into this than I did. How much did you have to drink before we went to see this?
None.
I know.
Maybe I should have had more.
Maybe I should have had more. Jesus. Yeah, no, I didn't pick up on any of that imagery, man. That's deep stuff, man.
And I mean, she did die in a pool of her own blood.
Yeah,
with her arms stretched out.
Absolutely. That's deep shit, man.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. That's that. I liked the Bond like prep sequence because that part was cool. And again, it goes to the world building of the Continental, and
sure,
I like that. When he goes and he starts the sommelier scene where the gun vendor is the talking to him about their like
planning
wine
their
vending.
evening.
Yes, that was great. I love that. The other thing about this that I did not like, and I don't like this trope when any movie does it, it's the blatant sequel setup.
Yeah.
Tell your story, wrap your story up, and then if you
maybe leave a button.
Leave a button, exactly. This was a blatant setup for we don't know what's going to happen until the next movie comes out, and that... I'm real excited to see what happens. Of course, I'm going to go see the next one when it comes out, and I'm real looking forward to spending more time in this world.
Sure.
But tell the story. Make the one movie be a cohesive movie. There are certain exceptions to that. Obviously, like Lord of the Rings is an exception because they
Empire
film...
Strikes Back.
And, well, yeah, because we... Yeah. Star Wars notwithstanding... Shut up. Don't judge me. But I mean, even Empire Strikes Back was a cohesive story.
True.
You know, this, I guess you could say the cohesiveness of the story was when he shot what's-his-name in the head.
Yes, that was pretty much the climax.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway.
The rest was what you could call falling action.
Oh, and did it fall? So, but those are my thoughts. Other than the not having a manual transmission in the car, was there any other weaknesses or anything that you did not like about this movie?
No, that pretty much tracked.
Pretty much tracked. That was it? All right.
That checks out.
Well, folks, that I think is going to just about wrap it up for our review of John Wick Chapter 2. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. Like this video if you didn't like it. Subscribe to our
If you
YouTube
didn't,
channel.
shut the hell up.
Exactly. Go ahead and share this video amongst your friends. You can find us online at all your various social media outlets. Just Twitter at The InterWebs Show, Facebook at The InterWebs Show, YouTube.com/The InterWebs Show. And until next time, we will see you on the interwebs.